is up, guys? Welcome to the Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad.
And I'm Susan.
And we're here live in living color. Oh, and
living color. Oh gosh. Do that again.
No, it's all good. It's all good. They can still hear me. I'm loud.
I'm
loud like that.
That is true. We know that.
All right, cool. So, welcome everybody. We've been talking to the folks over on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you can join us live on YouTube.
Yep.
Fix This Build That Live, and that's
on
I know
YouTube.
it's tricky, but let's see here. Kyle, Lucas from Lighthouse Boston. What's up? Hesitant Handyman in the house. Jason's Custom Wood and Metal. Love it, guys. And if you guys do want to join us over on YouTube, it's a great place to be. Let's see who we got over there on YouTube.
Yeah,
we got
Travis
Mike.
Porter's here and Mike
and
Donaldson.
Travis. Raymond, awesome, man. Cool.
Raymond,
yeah, you can head over. It's Fix This Build That Live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, let's see who else we got. The Soul Patty and Atlantic Restoration. What is up, guys? How y'all doing? I said hello.
Yeah.
All right, before we jump into things, we do want to thank a couple new members of the Builders Club this week. We had Michael Lusk and RLL Woodworks. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And if you don't know what the Builders Club is, that is the inside circle of the Fix This Build That squad, and that's where the folks join us and they get extra content. They get early release on videos, free plans, credits in the YouTube videos, all kinds of cool stuff. If you want to find out more, you can go to fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club.
That's right.
That's right.
It's good stuff.
I'm starting to get that down pat.
Yeah, it's like you practice.
I know. It's like I've done it like 72,000 times.
Yes.
Practice Jeremy Fisher, what's up? All right. And friend Junior just ordered the wood. Oh, awesome, man. I'm glad you saw that. Cool. Who else we got over here on?
Rick
we got
and
Rick.
Beth are here.
Beth in the house.
Michael
DeMarchi?
Yeah, DeMarchi from.
I like it.
That's a cool name. From Syracuse.
Bill. Yep. Cool. Awesome. Bill Builds.
Cool.
What's up? Lucas Snyder. Bill, congratulations.
Bill.
Hitting 50 subs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Lucas is here. Lucas, we need an update, right?
Update on the
squirrel picnic tables that people want to know. I'm just going to get ahead of it because somebody will ask.
Somebody will ask. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Who else we have over here? We got Matt makes things. First question of the night. He's throwing it straight out there, man.
I'm sorry. He's done building squirrel picnic tables.
Forever. He's out. He's out of the business.
All good things must come to an end, right?
Yeah. Let me before we jump into that. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek.
Yay!
Should we jump in straight to the sneak peek, or should we tease them a little bit?
I don't know.
I feel like the tease is good. I've not been teasing it enough on Instagram. Although, if you're just
got
joining,
a whole week to do that.
I know. That's what I was about to say. If you're just joining, my next hidden drawer project is in the works. It's actually about 98% finished.
It's very close to 100.
I have to apply the finish and then just make the drawer a little more smooth on the opening. And that one is going to be coming out next Sunday. It wasn't going to be this Sunday.
Right.
Kind of forgot we had some other obligations, and we had the first week
of school. Our kids were home. I was on kid duty. It was a long week.
It was a hot mess.
I mean, it was okay. It just wasn't.
It turned
normal.
out okay.
It wasn't
started
normal.
a hot mess. So, how many of you folks out there have kids homeschooling or remote learning or whatever you want to call it, online learning? If you do, we feel for you.
If you're trying to work from home and do that, my heart goes out to you.
We feel for you.
I did no work all week. I was just on kid duty.
We'll go ahead. I'm going to show.
Do it.
I'm going to show.
I can tell you want to.
I know.
Go for it. Yes.
All right. So
he's chomping at the bit.
Here's what's coming for. No, I'm not going to show you. No, I'm just kidding. I will show you. All right. Just messing with you guys.
It's here.
Check this out.
I feel like you got to put your stuff in there to give them the full.
No. Listen, this is not the full reveal.
All right.
This is
pretty close to a full reveal right here. All right, go ahead. Do what you want to do. I'm just going to drink my beer.
What do you think about this?
Yeah.
So I went with, I was going with a couple different options. Actually, here, I'll show you guys, and you'll see more about this, on the video, obviously.
It will all be in the video.
There were a couple different options we went with. This was one, the orange that I was gluing some things on there.
And some testing.
But there was one major issue with this, and so that one has a hidden drawer.
That was fantastic.
Here's the major issue.
Can you see it on there? Yeah.
Can you see the issue? Yes, you can see right through it.
He laid the blue one on there, and he's like, I can see everything. There are no secrets. There's no hidden anything.
There's no secrets.
No.
And so then I went with that blue, and then I also did this blue, which so now watch. Can't see.
Yay.
So I went super heavy on the pigment on this one, and then the brighter blue one, and had to solve that issue. But so this is going to be the reveal / tease. So for all my folks in the Builders Club, you guys are going to get to see this and see what's going on and hear about the secret and see the secret before the other folks, because that's what we do. And for everybody else, you're just going to have to use your imagination. So this is it.
Some secrets.
Some secrets be hidden. There's actually two secrets in there.
Two secrets in here.
Two hidden things in there. And so, yeah, just throw some guesses out. And I will neither confirm or deny them, but I would love to
but
hear
you
some
can see
guesses.
if you were right.
And just so the back is just a wood panel. So again, nothing to see.
Nothing fancy here.
But some combination of something or another lets you reveal some things.
You're like a magician. And then it is revealed.
Yeah, and a nice little monogram there. R for
Rodriguez.
Red Brad.
Red Brad. As soon as I said that, I was like, he's going to say something silly. I know you.
And that is what's coming up next Sunday. So make sure to get subscribed to the YouTube channel if you're not already. And if you're not, then I would just kind of question your subscription choices.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Yes, I would. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let me catch up on some questions here. Jeremy just bought the Bosch 6-inch sander on turbo mode. Oh boy.
Wow.
Love it. Ephraim just ordered the 2 cherry wood chisels from Amazon for Woodcraft.
Right.
Fantastic, dude. Love that. Shallowit, I like this one. The Soul Patty. This is very...
I really like the name.
I do like Soul Patty. This is very
visual.
very in tune with what I just did.
Yep.
In my opinion, what is the shallowest hidden drawer you could do?
Wow. Well, we had this conversation.
I'm making a long cheese board and wanted to put a hidden drawer in for
that'd
the
be
cheese
cool.
knives.
For like hidden knives. I was just thinking like
hidden cheese. Put some like American slices in there, like Velveeta.
Craft
singles.
The ones you don't want to share. You're like, no, I'm gonna keep these for later.
Hidden drawer. You'd be like, we've got Gouda and Brie on the top.
You got the fancy stuff on top.
You push these 3 things, and then boom, the American singles come out.
The craft singles pop out. Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably what he's gonna do. How thin is too thin?
So Soul Patty, I went through that exact
minus the
struggle,
cheese.
Minus the cheese.
Right.
Because when I built this one, I did some calculations incorrectly, or I just didn't consider some things. And the drawer was a 1/4 inch deep.
It was really shallow.
And I thought, that's not deep enough.
That's not deep enough.
Like, what are you going to put in a 1/4 inch drawer?
A quarter.
Touche.
Yeah. Couple quarters.
Couple quarters. 1 layer. And so I made the drawer on this one is a hair over a 1/2 inch deep.
That is a scientific measurement. A hair over a 1/2 inch deep.
A hair and a half.
A hair and a half.
And that I think is acceptable. So I would say you could probably go 3/8. I considered doing 3/8, but the way I did the mechanism, I changed the entire way I was doing the mechanism to make that work,
Everything
to make it
changed.
Thicker.
Well, and it also depends on what you're using it for, which just sounds like this was for cheese knives. So
yeah,
you'd have to, of course, need to think about the height of the
height
knives.
of that. But the way I came up with mine was I wanted it to look I wanted this to look natural. I didn't want to go too high.
Right.
I didn't really have any design constraints necessarily about the height. But the taller you make it, the more people are going to think like, oh,
why
there's
is it so tall?
Yeah, why is that so tall? Like there must be something going on. But the other, we'll let the cat out of the bag on one because I think I may have already told you guys anyway. There's going to be wireless charging right here.
That's one of the secrets.
And if you notice when I was spinning it around, this little hole back here is where the wire will go. So it's not in there right now. Is where the USB plug will go. And so that, when you go, oh, this is, it's a wireless charging valet tray. Cool. And like that, your mind thinks, oh, well, that's why it's that thick. But
it's not. But it is, but it's also.
There's also another secret in there.
Something else.
So never mind, I'm not going to take guess. But you can see, obviously, so the epoxy, so this is, just to give you a few of the dimensions, this top is a 1/2 inch tall, 3/8. 3/8. This is an 1/8, so a 1/2 inch total in between these. And then the bottom is an inch. So.
Yeah. So
and it does have a 1/4 inch bottom panel on it.
Right.
And I was able to fit in something, possibly.
Let's hope it's still in there, yeah.
Enough of that. Of that. Let's see what we got over here on the tubes.
Yeah.
It makes you cool to be in the Builders Club, Mike says.
It does.
Let's see here. We got Dennis Miko from West Virginia. What's up? Rory from Nashville. Oh, RLL from Nashville. That's awesome.
Cool.
He's one of our new Builders Club members.
Yeah, I messaged
So
him.
congrats.
Yeah.
I hope we can meet up. In Nashville, we do a local meetup. We obviously haven't done any since the COVID outbreak.
Yeah, we haven't. Well, I've never went to those. I was like always on kid duty, but he would.
But we do. We meet up at the Brew House
could
South.
like socially distance and meet up in a field somewhere and just look at trees.
We had a guy offer that up. He's like,
really?
"We don't have the bonfire," and I was like,
"That would be fun."
This was on the spike.
That's probably like in March or something.
This is like a month ago. This is like when it was like getting out of control again.
We're getting
so I was
better
like,
around here.
I'm gonna have to pass.
Yeah.
Let's
want
see
to be
here.
responsible for anyone
Raymond
getting
downloaded the
sick.
Crosscut sled plans. Awesome, Raymond. That's
All right.
fantastic. Bill builds. What do I use for my vid? So if you're ever interested in any of my woodworking tools or my audio video equipment, my computer setup, my software, all that stuff, you can find all the information at fixthisbuildthat.com/tools. TOOLS. And what? Maybe
I just wasn't expecting you to spell it, but yes.
Tools. Like maybe.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Like the Southern drawl. I didn't want anything
Tools. You don't have
mess it up.
Southern drawl.
I know, but I like to say I do.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, all my stuff is there. I have two cameras. I have a 70D Canon and a GH5S. All right, we kind of hit on that one for a while.
Michael
Andrew, what's up? Designable Co. in the house.
Hey.
Hidden Crackers.
Yeah, it's good. Ritz are a hot commodity in this house.
Oh, they are.
Oh my gosh, they go so fast. Do you have any recommendations? This is Michael for drill bits, specifically brads. I don't know what that means. Specifically brads,
My drill bits.
Oh well, he would be the only one answering this question anyway.
It's insider woodworking joke.
I know about brad nails.
There's also brad bits, brad point bits.
You're everywhere.
I get everything. Like you don't see any David bits, do you?
Nope, you don't. No Luke bits.
Although
Sorry,
there are
Luke.
spade bits.
Spade. I get it. That was not even that. Like even I did not laugh at that one. Sorry.
But you gave me a look like you
I
got
did
it.
give you a look. Yes.
So I use the. I got this kit from Woodcraft like several years ago. And I think it was like a 144 piece kit or something. I think it's like $40, and it's like comes in this like case, like a little carrying case. But it has a bunch of different drill bits, and it has a twist. It has like 4 or 5 twist versions and 4 or 5 brad point versions of the different sizes. And it's like from I don't know, maybe a 16th all the way up to I think maybe just under a half. I can't recall exactly what it is, but something like that. It might be up to 7/16 or something. I don't know. But anyway, I like those a lot. And it's like I said, it's like the 144 piece. I think it's the Wood River brands, which is the house brand for Woodcraft. And I've had great experience with those as far as like the brad point bits work great. And then having the twist bits are nice too, because sometimes you don't want a brad point bit, sometimes you do.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't. It's like Almond Joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you want to feel like a nut. Sometimes
you need a David bit, Yes. This is my favorite question so far. Dennis Miko, do you subscribe to Woodworking Magazine? Or no, I don't know if he's saying a woodworking magazine. If so, what do you like about them, Dennis?
Oh, Dennis.
The history of this man and woodworking magazines. When we were first dating?
Mating? Wow. When we were first mating.
That is not what I was trying to say.
We've
Dating.
got 3 kids now.
No,
So
whatever. Let's move on. He had them stacked on the floor. Remember this in your apartment?
And
because you needed shelving or something. And I'm just in there talking to him. Like, I guess I didn't know you well enough at that point. And I'm not very coordinated. I'm a little like clumsy and not very balanced all the time. Just always happen. And I stumbled and I kind of landed on the edge of a magazine.
No.
What?
This is you landed full like.
No, it did not.
Foot on Norm Abrams' face. Like
would never do
slide
that
it,
to Norm.
and the front cover of the magazine got like
Oh my
got
word!
wrinkled,
I
got a
remember this
crease
is
in
like
it.
I barely even skimmed it. You're
And-
like, you destroyed my
So
magazine.
the truth is somewhere in between, clearly.
Right.
May have even ripped like a staple off the cover.
No, well that doesn't matter. There's like 3 more in there, 2 more.
Two.
It's fine.
One maybe. Sometimes.
Anyway, yes.
And
so he was like,
I was
whoa!
appalled. I was appalled.
He was appalled.
I still right through that.
I learned a
wall right
lot
there.
about him that day, and I
did.
still married him.
Right through that wall, I've got my back collection of woodworking magazines still. I'm a huge fan of woodworking magazines. I don't subscribe anymore because after we moved
Every
down here.
magazine possible.
Yeah.
He already has
at
them.
one point in time, I had, I think,
4?
9 subscriptions.
No,
4.
9. 9
4.
wood.
4's for chumps.
Popular woodworking.
Yep.
Fine woodworking.
Yep.
Okay, wood, popular
All right,
woodworking,
slow down.
fine
Look, I
woodworking.
get it. Look, wood,
I'm just
pop
trying to think,
wood,
like, this is
fine
like a-
woodworking, American woodworker,
Oh, Family
Woodcraft
Handyman.
magazine, Family Handyman.
I think I got you that one.
There's like Workbench. There used to be one called
I
Workbench.
forgot about that.
Shop Notes, and Woodsmith.
Woodsmith, yeah, that's like the fancy.
I got
looking
9
one.
magazines, and some of them weren't monthly, but several of them were.
But sometimes they would. They'd all come in the same month. I'm like,
And I would just devour them. Mm-hmm. But then at some point, I stopped
then
reading
you got
them.
busy, yeah.
I got busy, yeah. I stopped reading and started actually doing, which was a good thing.
Right, and that was kind of the cool thing. Like, it's funny how, like, early on in our marriage, that was when we were really busy. We were having, kids and, like, busy with that, and you were working your 9 to 5, and you did read a lot of them, but you weren't building as much as you would have liked.
Right.
But then when you got going on the building, it's like he had all these ideas and just
I had
things, like a
years
list of things he
woodworking
wanted to
magazines
make.
just built up in my head.
Right, it was like
and
research,
awesome.
Just didn't know that at the time.
Ocho Genre, what's my favorite project I've ever made? For sure, hidden drawer nightstand. I just built it.
Okay.
Mark Shreve, what's up, my man? Benchtop Woodworks, a handgun. And that would be, that'd be crazy. Serious question, DBL flavored Mountain Dew or Mountain Dew flavored DBL?
Geez. What is DBL?
Delicious Bud Lights.
Oh.
I'd have to go with
DBL.
I'd definitely have to go with Mountain Dew flavored Delicious Buddies.
What? I'm sorry. The
I would
question
not
is
want-
either
I
Bud
would
Light
want-
with Mountain Dew or Mountain Dew with Bud Light.
Right, so I would
Yeah,
want
I would too.
I would
'Cause a
rather
beer
have
that's tasting-
an alcoholic Mountain Dew.
No, I don't know.
Which would be a Bud Light that is flavored like Mountain Dew versus a beer flavored Mountain
Yeah,
Dew.
true. Yeah,
That'd be like O'Doul's.
agreed.
Except yellow. Fizzy.
Sweet.
All right, let's hear what's Mark Litvin. What's up, man? We got Benchtop is from Clarksville. Awesome.
Hey.
A major delay. Hey, if you guys are watching over on Instagram, you're getting delay, feedback, like whatever, the audio stinks.
Come to
over to
YouTube.
YouTube.
We don't have that over here.
It's Fix This Build That Live is the channel. It's not on the main channel. Second channel, Fix This Build That Live. Come join us. What else do we have?
All right. So over here, let's see. What is a first? What is a good? This is Blaine. What is a good first time planer to get? Never had or used one.
Hand planer or where?
He just said planer.
Planer. Well, I thought we had the whole planer conversation last week.
We did. Last week was a heavy planer week, so you could watch
I tell
that
you what,
again if you'd
go
like
watch
to.
last week's live.
I think he hopped on toward the end. Maybe he missed
Blaine,
it.
Go watch last week's live. Actually, there was a lot of great comments from the community.
And they might
And that
chime
is
in
the great
here in a
thing
minute anyway.
that I love about YouTube versus Instagram is that you've got the chat and you can read the chat in the replay as well.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you can do that on. I don't think they do that. I know we can now save our lives on Instagram, but it's not as good. What else do we have over here on the Instas? And then what did somebody ask? I forget. If I missed your question on Instagram, please ask it again because I skipped over a couple of them. Sorry about that. Vancouver Island, Canada, from Matt. Just wondering
that would be a great
what
place
I
to go.
finish with my shop furniture with to prevent the yellowing over time. Great question because that is a concern with oil-based finishes. Some of them like polyurethane.
Yep.
So an oil-based polyurethane it's yellow and it yellows more over time. And if you go with a water-based, it reduces that effect. And it's because of the oil gives it that amber hue, and as it cures more and more, it deepens. So if you go water-based, like you still do, it darkens, yellows. I don't have any good examples around here, but I've definitely have some where like anything, almost all woods are going to react some way to light or to UV light. So even if it's like in here, it even does it in my shop. So it doesn't have to be natural light, like sunlight. Like cherry reacts very strongly to sunlight. It darkens a lot.
Yeah.
But most woods will still do that even with just any light source. So like,
So if
you know,
you don't live in a cave.
I don't have any, exactly. I don't have any sunlight in here at all. And I still have, like, I pulled the planer off of the flip top stand and you could see the outline. It was darker around it and light underneath. So you're going to get some darkening no matter what you use, but water-based will help reduce that.
All right.
Made by Blaine. What's up, man?
Mark Litvin wants to know, is ash or hickory a good cutting board material? Also, is white oak a good outdoor material?
Okay, sorry, missed it.
White oak is
Hickory, what was the other
beautiful.
one? Hickory?
Wait, hickory or ash for cutting boards, and then white oak for outdoor material.
Hickory and ash are both really dense woods and very strong. So for that sense, but I've not used a bunch of ash. I mean, I think ash, they make like baseball bats, right? So I don't think that's a very open pore. And the thing that you want to look for in cutting boards is density and then closed grain. So like oak, for instance, is very dense. It's a very strong wood, very hard wood. But it has like one of the most open grain structures you can get. And so I would never use oak on a cutting board because you don't want, obviously, a lot of open pockets where you can, even if you're just doing like fruits and veggies and stuff like that, it's just going to get down in there, hard to clean. But you for sure don't want to be cutting any kind of meats. And I never cut raw meat on cutting boards anyway, not on wooden boards. We cut that on the plastic. We will cut cooked meat on the cutting boards sometimes.
Yeah, I usually use plastic anyway,
but typically,
sometimes we do.
We use the wooden cutting boards for like everything, veggies. Cheeses, veggies, all that. The American slices. We cut those up.
Exactly.
So I don't. Those are the two things I would look for. Then what was the second part?
And then white oak as an outdoor material.
No, I don't think. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I don't have direct experience, but I'm trying to remember. A guy was saying because there's a dude I follow, Seth, from Seth's Bike Hacks, and he was talking about how the oak is not good for building trails on, for building features, and that it will. Maybe that was the locust. I can't remember. Maybe it is. I can't
Andrew handled
remember.
the question in here, and he said ash depends on how open the grain is of the boards, which is what you said.
Oh, it's
Hickory is super hard on knives, super hard, so it's tough on knives. White oak is great.
It's great for outdoors. There you go. Now that I think about that, that was the thing. The white oak was great. Locust was really bad.
Oh yeah, I do.
Locust
I think I remember
rots.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were they? I don't know what they were building. They
He was
were
building
crazy.
jumps. Mark Shreve, what's up, my man?
Okay.
Hope you're treating the sander well, by the way. He has your granddad's sander.
What? Oh.
The big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Need to start spraying. Any recommendations? I don't spray enough to give recommendations on like high-end stuff. But if I was going to start spraying, I would either get the Graco. I forget what they call it, but it's their like top end one that's like silver and it's got like a freaking air filter on it. That one's pretty awesome. I forget what they call it. The Graco Air Max blah something. I don't know. Or Fuji. Those are probably the two I would look at. The Fuji, either like the Quantum series or the Q series, or the Graco. Not the like paint sprayer side, but they have one finish. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, it's silver, and you'll see it if you go on their site for like their high-end spraying. The thing that I really like about that one, the Graco one, at least from a feature perspective, is that the turbine.
It's like, it's got a turbine.
Is that it only turns on when you pull the trigger, or you can turn it off, one of those. And that is one thing I don't like about sprayer. There's one sprayer that I had that was the Flexio. It's a paint sprayer. It's a Wagner Flexio 5000, and one of the features that I loved about it is that you could turn the turbine off on the handle, right on the gun. You could turn it on and off, because most other ones that I've used is it's just always shooting out air, and like that's a pain in the butt, because like then you're just like blowing dust everywhere. It's just, you don't want a bunch of
This
air
man in
flowing out of
dust, like we got to keep it contained.
You don't need none of that. Go for a wood shop. Do you have enough tools? Never. Madeira Design says power couple. What would be our power couple name?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Like what is
Bruisin'?
power? Bruisin'? Bruisin. Brad and Susan, yeah.
Scrad. Sad? Sad? Susad?
Sleepy. Could make my name Sleepy.
I like Bruisin.
Bruisin. I think Bruisin is probably the best one.
I like Bruisin.
Yeah.
We're going with Bruisin.
Bruisin.
Bruisin's our power
That's
couple
right.
name.
We sound tough.
Bill came over to Instagram just to tell the folks that they should all go over to YouTube.
Thank you, Bill.
Which you're totally correct. And if you need to go over there, fixthisbuild.live. Let's see here. Made by Blaine. What do you like better, wipe on or spray on finishes? For the last year, I have been a huge proponent of.
That's been a year?
Yeah, because it was at the Woodcraft Trade Show where I first.
How many of these have you gone through though?
One
you
small
don't
one.
use a lot, right?
No, one small one. And dadgum, I didn't put that lid on tight.
Oh man, daggum.
Dadgum.
Anyone who's watched Disney Plus will know what we're thinking about.
What are they called? Mater tunes?
Mater tails?
Mater tails? Mater
I think
tunes?
so. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Rubio Monocoat is a wipe on. It's a two-part. It can be a two-part. A part, B part activator. By far my favorite finish. And because of...
It smells good.
It does smell
good.
good.
That is not the reason, but it is
But
nice.
It's like, it says low VOC. It's, I mean, I won't say it's no VOC, but it's, yes.
It's not offensive though.
No,
it's
it
not
doesn't feel like it's killing your brain cells. Like when you put on
when you did the varnish. Oh.
Yeah. I love
he
the
reeked
total
of
boat
varnish
stuff.
for...
The total boat stuff is like super awesome and strong.
Right.
But good Lord, it will like...
If you
will be stupider if you
can,
don't wear a respirator.
If you can do it outside, that is crucial. But it's like
still,
we couldn't sometimes, and so we had to do it
for sure,
here.
wipe on finish. It's just so you can't. It's almost impossible to screw up.
That's always good.
And like I used to do a lot of oil-based poly, and I'd brush or whatever, and you get sags and ripples and drips, and you don't get any of that with the Rubio.
Well,
and
good.
That's why I love it. I'm in flight. Gopher says he's in flight and wondering if I have enough tools.
Someone's watching us on a plane right now?
Yeah, on a plane.
Impressive.
That could have been him.
That could have been. We saw a plane.
We saw a plane coming by.
We had our ice cream walk tonight. Yes, it was delightful.
That is like, it's like a juxtaposition of fitness and gorging yourself.
It feels like we're on vacation. So I had all these ice cream cones, like box of cones from the store. And I don't know when we decided to do it. It was like a couple weeks ago. I would make everybody a cone and we'd take them on a walk around the neighborhood. And it feels like you're on vacation, like you're out eating ice cream, but you're getting less healthy as you're exercising.
I
it's
feel like
really nice.
Best case scenario, you're net, but I feel like you're gaining.
I still think we're in the hole.
Yeah, I think
but that's okay. Whatever.
The positive caloric intake.
But yeah.
What's here? What was Garrett Fink said? Flocking would have been nice on the valet.
What is flocking? I feel like I know this, but I don't know this.
It's flocking awesome.
I just like serve that up to you.
Flocking is, I don't even know what it is, honestly, but it's like a paint, it's a coating that is like velvety. And I think it's a two-part. I think you put down like something and then the flocking is like this like dust. It's almost like powder coating, except not.
So it's like a paint treatment.
And so it's like it's like
somebody can tell us in the comments.
It feels like velvety.
Okay, I mean, like when I hear flocking, I think of like something like that.
But there was a major reason why I didn't do flocking.
Major reason.
Major, and for what? And the biggest reason is because of this. So like,
that's true.
I wanted this line of the blue epoxy, and so if you're just joining, sneak peek of next Sunday's project. And there are some things in here that you will be surprised about.
Yes.
Secretized? I want to say secretized.
I mean, not really that surprised because we've told them that there's a secret. You'll be impressed.
Yeah, but if somebody tells you that they've got a secret, it's not like you're not surprised when they tell you what it is.
True. Okay, fine. That's fine.
They're not like, oh my gosh, you've got a secret. That's not the surprising part.
Move on. Yes.
The surprising part is the actual delivery of the secret, not the fact that there is one.
Moving on.
So, and that's why I wanted that around here. And if you can imagine, that is an integral part of this design. And that's kind of all I'll say about that. But I'm sure you guys are smart enough that you can figure something out. Something's going on here, clearly. But it just adds some dimension and it adds some, some coolness. Because if I just had the flocking right here, then that would all be, a singular piece, which would make other parts difficult. So,
all right, I got
what do we got?
Info from worth effort.
Yep.
Shredded felt that
felt, right.
sticks to an adhesive to form a custom fitted felt. Okay.
There you go. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
actually shredded felt.
I mean, like when I heard flocking,
said
I
velvet.
think
I keep thinking
like
velvet.
in a jewelry case, but I don't know if that's right.
It's crazy.
know.
It's like there's this little like flocking gun. I'm serious. And
This just seems like you're.
I'm being completely like this is technical, super technical. You get a little flocking gun, and it looks like the gun looks like one of those bee sprayers.
A bee sprayer.
Usually like the old school bee sprayers. That's like
No.
where it's got like the canister down here, and then it's got like the cylinder, and you're like
What are you spraying? You shooting bees out?
well the powder. And it like forms a mist. It's kind of like it's like crop dusting. You know?
No.
So you're
Isn't that like a smoker? But no.
Well, smokers are a
like-
different thing.
okay.
But yes.
That's what my brain
in
goes.
I'm like saying that, but it's the same thing, except it's like flocking. So you basically have
So you
like
just shoot out the felt?
you have like a cylinder there that you can get the pressure. And
I
it's
feel
like
like
a bike pump.
I'm
It's like
gonna
a bike
Google
pump.
this
So you're
later.
like, and then the canister's down here, but it's like kind of hangs down, and so you're like. And I guess that makes sense because the solids are down at the bottom, and then it just kind of. I would
who
say
came up
not
with that?
aerosolizes, but what is it? It's big with asbestos. It's like friability.
I have no.
You
I
call
don't
it
know.
fries?
I've never heard that word before.
Friability. Friability is the propensity to become airborne.
How do you know this?
I don't know.
Is this like an engineering thing?
It's just a thing. I don't know.
Friability. Oh, and what was the other word that you told me about?
Oh, no, we're not going to talk about that.
No, we can't talk about that one. I learned things though. Moving on.
All right. Let's hear it. Delicioso Decor.
Oh.
Loves the content. Thank you so much.
Yes.
JD, hello. And we got Khaki Mullen Workshop from Russia. Awesome. Sam Diamond. Tiny Diamond. By the way, we watched
Tiny
Trolls World
Diamond.
Time. My name is Tiny Diamond.
It was pretty funny.
I experienced cutting dados on a job site sized table saw. I'd love a cabinet saw, but I don't have the space. Cheers from Ontario, Canada. I like whenever anybody says they're from Canada, they always do like the Canadian flag or a maple leaf.
They're very proud.
I know.
the
I mean, I love
Canadians.
it. It's
Whoever
awesome.
was talking about Vancouver Island earlier, I want to go there. And that's where Meghan Markle and what's his name?
Harry?
Yeah. They were there for a while, and then they had to leave.
Whatever.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
No, I don't.
I do. I don't know why.
No, I don't have any experience, but as long, I don't know if those are rated for, because it's a lot more load on the motor because you've got a lot more cutting surface. That'd be my only concern is like if, I assume it could though, if a job site saw could take, I'm sure it will say in the owner's manual. And also the other thing that you'll probably run into is the length of the arbor shaft because you know, if you're trying to do like a fully stacked, like 3/4 inch cut on a dado, even on my saw, like if I've got it fully loaded out, I can barely like thread the retaining nut on there. And I think that would be an issue with that other one. Mark says that your granddad sander is getting a lot of use. That's awesome.
Good.
All right, what else? What do we have over
He
here
would love
on
that. Yeah.
the IGs? Or this is
That's
not
great.
the IGs. This is the
This
tubes.
is not the IGs. This is
The
tubes.
tubes.
We're talking about flocking and there was a question about a table saw. Oh yes. What do you? This is
The Jet Pro
Mark.
Shop table saw is worth $1,300 price
Yes,
tag.
and then Michael says he has one and loves it. So
Oh, Mark
that's
has
the
one and
good
loves
thing
it.
about being on here. You get a lot of feedback.
That's fantastic. How do you not get? Oh, that's Bill's asking. How do we not get feedback?
And
from
then
the
somebody
mic speed
answered
so
him.
close? Oh, what
There's
did
a lot
they say?
of
I don't even
questions
know.
getting answered.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
no.
we don't have because we're not getting audio.
Yeah.
That's why.
Like I just sit here watching. I'm like, got answered, got answered,
Yeah.
got answered.
Yeah, because we
Fantastic.
don't have the we
Right.
don't have the feedback because we're not getting audio. So there was nothing to
Sure.
feed back. It's all one way.
It's all one way.
Okay, let's see here. Well, the Pro Shop. Actually, if you go to the Pro Shop's website, if you go to
what?
the Jet website and look at
Oh.
the Pro Shop and look at the videos,
You're there?
I'm there. I was the
Yeah, check it out.
I was the model for the Pro Shop, the Pro Shop too. I was.
I'm like, I'll have Brad come in here and
Yes.
do this.
I think
Really?
You got something in your teeth. You definitely do.
Do I really?
It's on the other side.
Have
Yeah.
I had it the whole time?
You have.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I've got
It's all
no.
good. You're all right. You're all right. You just stare. Can you see it in there?
No.
It's like this. It's like this big on the screen. You're fine.
Just picking my teeth over here.
Yeah, just like swish the beer out of your mouth. And
That's
you'll be
right.
all right. So I only used it. I used it very, very sparingly. The biggest downside of that, obviously, is the horsepower and it's I believe it's either 1.5 or 1 3/4. I believe it may be 2 horsepower potentially. I'm just watching. But I don't know. Potentially some of the greatest saws.
Stop it.
Some of the greatest
tremendous,
saws.
Tremendous saw.
1 3/4 horsepower. So it's underpowered. When I say it's underpowered, it's not underpowered. It's just differently powered.
Not overpowered.
It's not. It's
powered
it's
just
not,
right.
I'm used to a much stronger saw now, and so I went from my 5 horsepower saw to this 1.5 or 1 3/4 horsepower saw, and like they had a piece of like 1.5 inch cherry, and they're like, yeah, run this through like for the shoot, and I was like, sure, and I just started like jamming it through there.
Oh, right.
It did not like that. It was like, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this is not.
They're like, whoa, Brad.
And I had like a full kerf
down.
blade on there, so when you're using a saw that is more like 1.5 horsepower, which I used to have a contractor saw.
Yes.
Most people use a thin kerf blade, and so because it's less load, again, like we were talking about the dado stack, it's less load because you're taking a smaller cut at any one time. So, but it had a lot of nice features on it. It was just not as powerful as I was used to. What else do we have here? We got from Tunisia. We got all kinds of folks.
Wow.
Blistering, California. Huh.
Man.
Aaron Blancafor, what are my best-selling products? Aaron, my products are actually digital products because I sell the plans for this stuff. I don't sell actual products that I make, and they are the cabinets. My cabinets are by far my best-selling products. Let's see here. B. DiMatteo. Hey guys, just getting started on woodworking. The channel's been so fun and helpful.
Oh, good.
And is my absolute favorite. Thanks.
It's great to hear.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And Jay Suarez, right on key, says, just got your shop project pack. Bestseller. Stoked to start. Will the Craig crosscut and rip cut work in place of a table saw for most things? Yes, it will. And when you say crosscut, I believe you mean AccuCut is the actual name brand of it. But yes, you would make crosscuts with the AccuCut and rip cuts with the other one. You're obviously not going to be as accurate as you would with a table saw. But you don't need to be as accurate necessarily. And the more you use those two products, the more accurate you're going to be. And there's definitely some tricks to it. So like you'll learn as you do it. So it's like figuring out how to hold the saw and where to put pressure to make sure that it doesn't wobble. That's the biggest issue with the rip cut, because the rip cut doesn't run on anything. It's just you run it against the edge, and if you wander off, then it's going to wander. So you have to keep that constant pressure on the side. I've used both those products, and they turn out, the cuts turn out fine, especially for like the shop project. Like you can be off a little bit, and you'll still be fine. The biggest issue you'll have will be making cross cuts. Hopefully you have a miter saw too. If you have a miter saw, you're golden, because like once you start getting to a really long and thin board, it's much harder to register and get that like true 90-degree cut. And you do want the 90-degree cuts when you're doing like the connectors and all that stuff, and especially the drawer boxes. So if you have a miter saw, you're completely golden. And if you don't, I would highly recommend you go pick one up. What we got over here?
Well, let's
see. Oh, we got
see.
Scott. What's up, Scott?
Yeah.
You live 1 hour from Vancouver? Damn.
Yeah, and he's got 2 guest rooms, and we can bring the kids. He's going to show us the town. So, yeah.
Could you imagine the kids in one room by themselves? We'd be like, we'll be over here, you guys.
Oh my gosh, we would need earplugs for everybody. We would need
bulldozer.
Something crazy. Yeah. No. So, Worth Effort wants to know: you ever plunge a non-plunge router bit? Do you have to enter the wood with forward motion to make it work?
No. Nope, you do not. I've done that many times, and because I do have a plunge, but it's like the motor is in the router table, and so like I don't want to spend the effort to take that out and put it in the plunge base. So I almost always just use a fixed base plunge router a fixed base router to do my plunging, and I just tilt it. So I just tilt it so I'll get contact on one side of the base and then just lay it down. And so you do not have to be moving. You can just, and it also depends upon the bit. So, look at your bit, because that's for like a straight, almost always do it with a straight bit. But they also, like a flat bottom bit would be even better for that, I would believe.
Big Willie's Garage had a question up here. Is the P100 filters good for spraying? You talked about spraying earlier.
Big Willie, you really want a VOC filter. So P100, that is rated for dust. So that's 100% of particulate matter at a certain micron level. But that is dust, not organic, because like organic, and so like I've got them right here. These are the VOC filters, and I keep them in a bag because I forget. I think like if they exchange air, it basically uses up the cartridge.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. But and so here's how you can kind of tell, because these have a filter on the outside of them that is also for, right? So this is a P95 pre-filter that goes on the, so this is a 6001 3M, see if it says on it, and it says organic vapors. So it is class 1 organic vapors. So you use this for vapors and you use this for dust, or like the pink one is what I have on the, I've got the pink P100s on that. So it will help, but it will not, like, it's not going to protect your lungs like you want it to. So I would definitely get an organic. The one I use is the 6001. I don't know if that's
I think that's
good
what
one or not, quite honestly.
Garrett said he should spring for the organic vapor filters.
Yes, 100%.
Yep. Yep. Blake Weber has joined us, and
Worth ever.
Taylor.
So the film crew thought I was a spoiled brat for having to deal with only the 1 in 3. Here's the funny part. We're talking about the Jet, photo shoot. And Jet is a great partner of mine, great sponsor. They've been a long-term sponsor of the channel, and they're awesome. They're just over here. They were actually just over in the shop last week, just talking, not doing any filming or anything. But the funny part is the people that do all those videos, they don't, because they bring in an outside firm, an outside video production. Mm-hmm. They have no idea about these woodworking tools at all, and so like they need. And sometimes it's
They're
bad.
probably asking a lot of questions.
Well, sometimes it's bad because sometimes what they've done in the past, what they've had to do is get talent, which is just like a dude who looks.
Oh gosh, so nobody knows.
Yeah, like a metrosexual dude, or a lumberjack dude, like whatever they're going for, the look.
Wearing a plaid shirt.
Yeah, it's like some dude who like looks like a woodworker, but he has no clue. And so then it's like this film crew who has no clue, and this dude using you who has no clue, and like if you don't have somebody else in the room to be like,
how would you like to be that male model who's never touched a table saw, and then they're like, okay, go ahead and run this board through? Like that would be a little intimidating.
So no, they had no idea. They wouldn't know 1 3/4 from, like I could be like, yeah, that's a 50 horsepower saw. They'd be like, sweet. Sounds pretty strong. I'd be like, yeah, it is. But no, they were fun. T-Hub just capped off a Sierra Nevada, he says.
He what?
Taylor said he just capped off of. I love it when Taylor comes double fisting. He goes YouTube and Instagram.
Yep.
Solid. Blake Weber, what is up, my man? In the house. Kevin O'Connor, what is up, dude?
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin O'Connor over on Instagram. Kevin, if you ever wanted to join us on YouTube, we're over there. Fix This, Build That Live. I just left this thing open, by the way.
I know, I noticed that.
Yes.
You can say something.
Everybody. So, and that is one thing that you'll miss if you're on YouTube and not Instagram is Kevin O'Connor, because he makes a drop in every 6 months or so. But Kevin is awesome. Kevin got me the autographed picture of Norm Abram, which is one of my prized shop possessions.
Absolutely.
So always grateful for that. He didn't send his own. I guess that would have been like, he'd be like, by the way, here's my own autographed
We would have hung it up too.
We would put it right next to Norm.
Absolutely.
We should have the whole crew.
We should. Tommy.
Yeah.
All of them.
I know. Roger. I hope Roger's doing well. Roger's got some health issues.
Oh, really?
Roger Cook. Yeah, he's off the show now.
Oh.
But anyway, hope you're doing awesome, my man. Let's hear. Am I saying I need a stunt double? Dibs. Morrison Tenen. I do need a stunt double. That'd be awesome.
That would be, you would just have, if you had two of you, imagine all the work you could get done.
I would be the one in there eating sour cream or salt and vinegar chips. I'd be like, get to work, chump.
That's right.
Let's hear. Raymond Rossiter. If the bit isn't a plunge type, you can run into issues. Yeah, you can. That's why I was saying, the ones that are flat bottom are better, because there are plunge bits and there are not. I've done it. I've not run into issues. And maybe I'm just,
lucky.
rolling the dice.
Skilled,
Yeah,
I don't know.
or
whatever.
skilled. Either one.
Lucky or talented. One of the two.
Yes. Have I ever used walrus oil? I have not.
Okay, tell me something.
It's
I
just a
read that
brand name.
one.
It's just a brand name.
Okay, I was thinking like, how fancy is this
Yeah,
oil?
you milk a walrus.
I don't want to go any further. That's enough.
Walrus milk. That's what they should call it. Where's that long-time hand tool woodworker getting out of the comfort zone of the powered router? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful because, routers are scary. I've got a buddy. Well, I haven't talked to him in a couple decades probably. But
Close friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I used to work with him. And he lost the ends of his last two fingers using a router. It was in a router table though, and he fed it the wrong way. He had it running vertical.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to.
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
He had it running vertical, which is the thing, and you can do it if you do it the right way, but he ran under the bit. And so that's the biggest thing with a router bit. You want to make sure you're running it. So this is if you guys don't know this tip, this is a great tip.
Save your fingers. Listen to the tip.
Save your fingers. Is that if you're ever wondering which direction should I run the router, because if it's pointing down, you do it one way, and if it's pointing up, you do it the other way. Is the thing that you take your right hand, and whichever way your thumb is pointing, the way your fingers curl is the way that the bit will spin. So when it's up, the bit spins this way. So it spins clockwise. And then if you're down, it does this way. So, and then the other thing is that if you're running a hand router, a cool one is whichever way you're running it, it's the same idea. Stick your right hand out, and when your thumb is pointed, like you want to go in the same direction. So I would want the edge to be here if I'm going forward. So your thumb is pointing towards the direction the edge should be. So you wouldn't want to do it on that side because then it would want to come towards you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the thumb up this way, and if you're on Instagram, this is my right hand, not my left hand. It's reversed, so they're like, wait a minute, somebody's going to chop their stinking fingers off.
Oh no, yeah, right hand.
If that's not a reason to come over to YouTube, I don't know what is.
You could
You're
save
gonna
your
lose
fingers.
a thumb. You're going to lose a thumb.
Just by coming over to YouTube.
Let's see here. Greetings from Mexico. Call me Mac. What's up, Mac? Dovetail bits never plunge, always come in from the edge. Oh yeah. That sound, because you can't plunge with a dovetail because that defeats the purpose. Because then it would just be a.
It's a great sound effect.
It'd be a full, it would be like using a straight bit that was the outside diameter of the dovetail bit. Building 13 tables this week, dude. That's a lot. That's a lot.
A lot of tables.
Getting to meet Kevin O'Connor, and the first thing you ask him for is a picture of Norm. Scott, that was not how it worked at all, Scott. I met Kevin. It was actually we interviewed him, and I met him. Did I meet? I guess we had met on IG. Like we had just talked on IG, and so to this day I've never physically met him in person.
And you probably won't for a while.
And I probably won't for a while.
COVID.
But anyway, he knew that what was going on. I can't remember where he was. But he was in the same place that John Malecki. Oh, John went and built something with Kevin. John built this like live edge coffee table, which is awesome. And he went on like This Old House had a series where it was like, or they probably still do. I forget what it's called. But anyway, John and he made a table at Kevin's place, and when he was there, Kevin was like, "Hey, give this to Brad next time you see him," and it was the autographed picture because I was talking to Kevin about Norm and about what a big influence he was on me, and Ask This Old House and New Yankee Workshop. That was one of my major influences.
Did you ask him for the picture, or did he just take it upon himself?
He took it upon himself.
That was so nice.
I know. It was amazing.
Very sweet.
It was amazing.
Did John tell you, or did he just? I don't remember. Or did
No,
he just
John.
send
And
it?
then John, like we were gonna see each other. Like we saw each other like less than a month later. It was like maybe 2 weeks later, or a week later, at in Atlanta for Workbench Con, I think.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or Haven?
No, Workbench Con. Could you imagine John at Haven?
You said Atlanta, and I
What is
connect
someplace?
Atlanta with. Yeah, John would be funny at Haven.
I haven't been to Haven since like 2016.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Sorry.
It's been a minute. There goes. Garrett Fink says, if you plunge a dovetail, you get a cylindrical hole, which is absolutely right. Router to the right, lumber to the left. Ooh, I like that one.
I like it.
That's a good one, Scott. Travis, what is up, dude? TL Phone Man in the house. What's up, Travis? Been a while. Luke's Woodworking just shot me a DM. Awesome. I will read it. I can't say I'll respond, but I will read it. I'll try to read it. That's like one of the things. I used to really pride myself on responding to every DM I ever got. I don't do that anymore.
It's unsustainable.
It is not sustainable at a certain point. And so I do. I reply to most. So a little tip for anybody out here who's DMing me. For most of the YouTube folks, you guys are cool because this is kind of like the inner squad. These are a lot of the regulars here. But even if you're not a regular, if you lead with, "Hey Brad, I've built a bunch of your plans," I've like at this point I've kind of got a triage, and so I can't respond to all of them. So it's like the people who have supported me and like, "Hey, I bought this," or they're like have a question about a build, I'm always going to answer those questions. Like, "Hey, I bought these plans and like I didn't quite understand," like absolutely 100%.
Right.
Answering all those. The questions that I don't answer as much anymore are like, "Hey," like sending me a picture of a piece of wood. What kind of species is it? Like,
Right.
dude,
No,
I have no idea. Like, why? Like, I mean, I know why you're asking me, but I don't know. Or like just like random questions about people's builds that don't have anything to do with anything I've created. If it's like a tangent of something I've done and I've put out there, I'm much more able to be like, okay, cool, they're interacting with my stuff. And then, not to say like I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but it's just the reality of, I'm not the dictionary, and there's plenty of great resources out there on Google. So when it's like a Google type question, I'm typically like, all right, I just have to move on. But if it's like more personal, hey, like, or if it's also, that's the other part too. If somebody's like, been a follower for a long time, love what you're doing. By the way, what species of wood is this? I'll probably still answer them.
Right.
But there are other ones that like, what species, like that's it. That's the entire message.
Right.
What species of wood is this? Delete. Like,
It's like the equivalent of like we get emails a lot from not necessarily from viewers, but just from, I don't know, like people that like they don't include our name or his name at all, and it's just like a, what is that?
Oh, it's like a form email.
Like a form email, like trying to get us to respond, and like we just delete those.
I think that, but that's a good lesson for anything.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to
Like
interact
make
with
it
somebody,
personal. Yeah.
don't just use people for their knowledge. Like same thing. Like like if I'm ever asking somebody, I want to like give them something in return, even if it's just a compliment.
Right.
Like, hope you're doing well. Hey, I had a question for you. If you have the time.
Right.
Like, those things lead up to like, hey, I care about you. I'm not just like gimme. And
Right.
that's the things that at this point in time, I used to still respond to them, and I just don't anymore.
Yeah.
I get time
You're
for
very
that.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm yawning. Sorry. I'm just calling myself
Snoozing.
out so you don't have
Snoozing
to.
is her
I know.
her nickname.
I know.
David Minhey has said he's sneakily watching this
Ooh.
at work. Yeah. So Luke's Woodworking. If your message had any of those things I said don't do, go and delete it. I'll never see it. Delete it and then rewrite it. And
Say,
then
hey Brad, we talked
and then we'll be good.
We talked on the live.
29 North Woodworks. What's up, my man? Awesome. The finger thing. Mike, I did the finger thing with you. Let's see. What else we got? CNC uses belts which can't handle the torque of bit sizes. Oh, that stinks. T-nuts to mount a vise. Blaine is going to use T-nuts on a bench grinder opposite corners of the workbench. What's the best way to install them? Yeah, if you're installing T-nuts, I like to recess them. So if I think I got some right here. I always have some.
It's always got something close by.
T-nuts would be here. I've got a big old bag of them that I didn't use for a project. Surprise, surprise. I bought these about 15 years ago. It's like when you're a woodworker, you'll have drawers of stuff that you bought for a project, and you'll have it for the next 30 years. So I'm about 15 years in on these. That might be quite literally. It probably was. I think I bought them in like when we were back on Mark Bright.
Oh my.
So
seriously?
Yeah. I was gonna build a sled, and I was gonna put some phenolic runners on. The whole 9 yards.
A sled, like what kind of?
Like a table saw sled.
Okay, yeah.
So this is a T-nut. This one's got 3 little teeth and threaded insert. So there's 2 ways you can install these. One is you could just drill the hole that's the size of the outer diameter of that shaft, and then just pound it in. Because the little teeth on there, you literally just knock it in with a hammer, and that's okay. But I prefer to use a spade bit, not a spade bit, a Forstner bit that is just a little bit bigger than the outer diameter of the piece. And, it's only not even a 1/16 inch thick. And so just to make a little recess, then do that. So that is the key. Do that recess first, then drill the hole the size of that, because if you do it the opposite way, it's much harder. And then I will mount them so that it is flush on the underside. So if you ever had it like on a piece that's going to be riding across the table saw or whatever, or just anything, that will be recessed in there. And then you just install the same way, just with a hammer, pop them in. So that's the way I do it. I don't know if that's the best way, but that's the way I do it. Mm-hmm. Mary from Kazakhstan, what is up?
Wow.
I know. Katie, what's up? Katie coming in late.
Hey, Katie.
Missed the show. She's in Dallas helping friends do a room makeover.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
And exhausting, probably.
I know. We have some room makeovers coming up.
Yes, we do.
So you're back on the marble bandwagon, huh?
Kinda, yeah.
It's not too blue for you?
I don't know.
We have this tile.
I wish we had it handy. We could bring it out.
It probably looks great out here because
I
of the
could go
natural
get
light.
it. You want to get it? And we can vote?
No. It's
Too close to the end.
Too
next
late.
week. We'll save it for next week.
Too late. We ain't doing that. Next week, Katie will see it, but I was going to show. Katie, just for you.
It's just for you, Katie.
Katie's coming in late. Katie is a Builders Club member as well. Here's a little sneak peek, Katie, of the project for this Sunday. Hidden drawer, potentially somewhere on this box. And you may have to do something with some pieces. I mean, you do obviously have to do.
You've got to do something to get the drawer to open.
What? I just had a wonderful idea.
What?
I'm going to make a drawer box that is controlled by the Amazon device I will not name because it will turn on because I have one in the shop.
Because she's here.
That would be awesome.
That would
I'd
be really
like,
cool.
Yo, lady,
Miss A.
open the box. And I'd be like,
Our kids would just
sesame.
do that
I know,
constantly. They would be like opening the box all day long.
But yeah,
That'd be cool.
I've got.
How would you do that?
I've got ideas.
You always have ideas.
I've got a bunch of ideas I'm gonna start putting electronics. The hard part with something like that is then you have to have it plugged in, obviously. But I do want to start using the Arduino stuff. I really wanted to do the charging stuff into this as well. Oh, we were talking the charger that I did on the
we did
on the charging station for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to put that in there too and make the R light up when it was done charging.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I didn't. Oh well. Nick.
Cut your losses.
Nick Key, what is up, my man? Nick, I'm gonna have to be completely honest. I am totally lost on that. Like, is that a movie reference? I mean, it was
Nick
funny,
Key,
but I didn't know if I was supposed to know that. He was like, there's something where he's like, I gotta cut something, and he handed him a hammer, and he's like, it's a hammer. He's like, need a saw, dude. Saw, dude. I was.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I felt like it was like a
Somebody
dude
else
where's
yelled,
my car.
"Saw, dude!" Oh, is that him?
What's the saw? I have no idea. Like somebody hit me with the saw.
Right,
dude
we
thing.
don't know.
I'm completely lost.
We're not cool.
What is the club? Michael Lusk, you are part of the club, my man. You are in. We just announced your name at the beginning of the show, Michael. You missed it actually.
Say it again.
Michael Lusk. You can go back and rewatch the replay.
Right.
But yes, Michael and RLL Woodworks have joined the Builders Club. So you joined. You may have not even known it.
Go over for him what he gets, because he said, "What is the club member stuff?"
Yeah, well, he joined. He joined the plans tier, the free plans tier.
Yep.
Which is $10 level, and you get a free plan every month, and then you get all of the weekly updates and the weekly not weekly, whenever the video comes out, the early releases, as well as I think they also get 20% off the Fix This Build That merchandise. Anything on the merch store, and that's it. I think that's it.
Pretty cool.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't actually, Michael. I may be behind on your plan codes, so I may need to send those to you. She was doing them, but the kids went back to school, and I lost that.
I'll be back this week.
She's not looked at Patreon and.
No, I did. I did Patreon.
Did you? Did you do Michael's?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
I messaged him.
When?
We're good. Like Thursday. I did work. I know.
Nice job, babe.
I know.
Love it.
Credit. Yeah, no, I put it on there.
Saw dude is what all the kids are saying these days. Saw dude.
So do I mean
Saw,
I
dude.
can't keep it.
It's like saw dude.
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Saw dude.
I mean, I'm like more
We
of a.
should ask Bella and Brayden.
You know,
yeah.
it's like,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every teenager, like there's always weird things they're saying, you know?
I got it. Saw dude. I got it. Yeah, and we appreciate your support, Michael.
We do.
Very much so. Let's see here. Cannot hear. No sound. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Ever looking at making a smart mirror? Ooh, JF
Ooh,
Woodworking and
smart
Design.
mirror.
Yes.
Could it be like mirror on the wall?
I
Who's the
have.
fairest of them all?
Yes.
Macy would love that.
She would.
That's all she
I
would
have, and I'm glad you said. Yes, I want to make one.
I've never
Big
heard
time.
of you talking about a smart mirror. What would a smart mirror do? What is a smart mirror? Does it make you look thinner?
We can have
Or like more built? Depending. Depending on what you want.
A smart mirror.
Does it tell you
right,
that bowl
stop.
of ice cream was not a mistake?
A smart mirror. A smart mirror is a mirror that has like a screen behind it, and so it will like
That's
have
not as exciting as what I was
calendar
saying.
and whatever.
It's they have refrigerators like that now,
Yeah.
which I think is too much.
It is too
Personally.
much. I don't need a computer in my fridge.
No, gosh, no.
Um,
Okay, smart mirror. That would be fun.
smart
Kind of
mirror,
fun.
yes. There is a channel called
Smart mirror.
Wicked Makers, and they did a smart mirror recently. Go check them out. They're
Wicked
cool.
Makers. Was it
Yeah.
Wicked?
It was wicked.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's fun.
Any tips for staying cool in the shop?
Oh,
Garrett,
no.
I have only one tip for you. Actually, I do. I have multiple tips, but my
HVAC.
biggest tip is mini split. Yeah. That is an expensive tip, but it is the best tip you will ever get in
cheap,
your life.
but it's so good.
So good.
We're super
because
comfy
it'll
out
also
here.
keep you warm in the winters if that's an issue for you.
Right.
Um,
It's great. And it's good for the wood. We went over this last week or the week before, right?
Yeah.
Like it helps with the humidity in the shop and
But if you're not barring that, fans.
Yeah.
Fans.
We used to have lots of big fans going out here in the heat of the summer.
did.
And then
hard
he
to
just
record.
wouldn't work at like when it was the worst in the summer and the worst in the winter. There would be times where like he
I'm
just
no
couldn't
good.
he couldn't be
I'm
out
no
here very
good
long.
past lower 90s. I'm toast.
Well, and you were recording videos too, so it wasn't even
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like,
like
I've got to
sweating
gut
and
through
just
it,
like-
you know, like it didn't look
I
great.
don't want to be John Malecki. Boob sweat.
Jeez, throwing the gauntlet down. John's gonna hear about this.
Anybody can tell John I said that. He would wholeheartedly.
He would probably
support me
laugh.
on that.
Yes.
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 Yes. All right.
Um,
All right. Well, it is 10 o'clock.
it
So,
is.
We are gonna get going. I still have a blog post to write today, so
Yeah,
yeah, to finish.
we gotta finish it.
So,
Things to do.
been fun hanging out with you guys
Yes.
as always. Come join us next Sunday, and we will have just launched the video for
Yay.
the valet tray, and you will by that time understand exactly how it works. Make sure to turn those notifications on if they're not already. Smash that like button,
Smash it.
and you can see
Yay.
it's going to be flocking great. It's
Be
not flocking
flocking
at all.
awesome.
All right, guys, have a great week. Get out there, build something awesome, and we will catch you guys next week.
Yeah.
And catch you Builder Club update, folks, midweek. See you guys.
Peace. I
Peace.
said peace. You like to say peace.
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 All right. We got the all right.